this doesn't feel like season finale material. The story's just going all over the place. They're fabricating conflicts out of nowhere just for them to be resolved, and then sometimes pick back up again and then get resolved again.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a really just a bad fall off for this series, and I love this show so much. I'm coming off as a hater, but I'm hating it because I love Cobra Kai so much.
Yeah.
And I know that they've done way better before. As Miles Morales once said, let's do this again one last time.
I hope so.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Most Potato Podcast. My name's Alvin.
I'm Jess.
And today we have beef with our recording setup because this is the third time we're trying to record this, and we hope it works this time.
Yes.
And following the theme of beefs and grudges, we will be talking about Season 6, Part 2 of Cobra Kai.
You don't want to add anything else? Part A of Z?
No, it's not Attack on Titan. So just Season 6, Part 2. Because Netflix just feels like it's the right thing to do to just throw 5 episodes every couple of months. Because that makes perfect sense. But whatever. We're here. Another 5 episodes. Another 5 disappointing episodes.
Damn, but true.
Yeah. So we're going to get into spoilers, guys. So if you haven't watched Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2 yet, I suggest you turn away, watch that, be disappointed, and then come back.
Yes.
I'm still trying to figure out what the main story of this thing is. I understand the theme of grudges and trying to let go of grudges. We've done this before in this season or in this series. And we've done it way better in previous seasons. This was just... It's only a slight improvement with these last 5 episodes. It's more entertaining just because there's finally fights going on with the tournament, but it's really not carrying the show for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Daniel and Johnny beef going on just is tiring.
Yeah, I thought in the first 5 episodes, part 1, that they resolved everything. I don't know if I'm not going back. I'm not going back.
Maybe resolving, then fighting, then resolving, then fighting. They're like a toxic couple.
It's just tired. I'm so over it at this point. I don't know why they keep doing this. And then we have Miguel and Robbie. I get this one a little bit more because, Miguel's kind of resenting Robbie because Robbie got captain.
And he sucks at being captain
he sucks at being captain right now. I feel like there should have been more to just like whoever gets their ass beat first, won't get captain. Like I felt like they should have like really took a look at their students and... I think they would have picked Miguel. Like I really.
He's my protagonist, so I would have picked him.
Yeah, it was the obvious choice. And then when we get to the Sekai Taikai, Robbie's just too busy looking at Tori. His teammates are just sucking all over the place, and he's sucking too.
I'm so over Tori at this point.
I know. I feel bad for her, and I'm just like,
she's doing the stupidest things, man.
She really is, and she's just like, I have to, and I'm just like, there's
why?
no, but why?
Kreese? Why Kreese? You hate Kreese.
I'm like, you're mad because they stopped the fight between you and Sam because your mom died and you about to kill Sam too. Like, I wish there was a little bit more. And then next thing you know, we were in Spain and I was like, what about Tori? And like, I'm actually hurting for her. And I feel like she ain't got nobody, even though she got a boyfriend, and now her and Sam are friends, and she got 2 senseis, and Sam's mom cares about everybody. It's just like, she has people, but she ain't got no one. So I just don't understand.
She's like Sasuke when he finally gets friends, but he's like, I'm still going to leave the village and kill this guy.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Fuck my friends.
Yeah, it's so annoying. So it's just like, she's annoying. Then you have Kenny and Anthony, and their whole beef. Come to find out, it's not Anthony, it's Devin who's the problem. And I'm just like, Devin, just you don't deserve to be there. Not even because of what you did to Kenny, but you just suck. Everyone's better than you.
All the L's that she took this season is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and the only reason why she confesses to what she did to Kenny to Johnny, and Johnny sucks for how he reacts to that as well too, is because she's sucking at the Sekai Taikai. Like I can't understand. Like she knows that she's not that good. Kenny would have been the better choice. He should have been there from the start. And then Johnny's just like, you know what? Just focus on the tournament, and then I'll let you tell everybody when you're ready to. And I'm just like, No. Pack her bags and ship her back to America, where she belongs. And let's get Kenny out here. But that's like a whole nother one. Then Dimitri and Hawk.
Yeah, that's getting so tired.
Of them fighting and fighting about MIT and fighting about being jealous of one another. And it's just like, I don't get this either. Why are we doing this too?
Yeah, they've got a lot of cooks going on in here. There's a lot of chefs in the kitchen, and they need to slow it down. They need to reduce, reuse, recycle. I don't know. It's too many subplots. And then too many of these subplots are beefs that could easily be resolved with just like talking with each other. Like, you've come this far in the story. I feel like by now you can just talk to each other when you have problems.
There was like a scene where Robbie was talking to Tori, like in this like aquarium looking area, and then Sam comes into like the room. And she just doesn't say anything. And it's clear that she wants to talk to Tori. And Tori, it's not like she just turns away and leaves right away. And then she says nothing. And then Sam's just like, she chose her side. And I'm just like, didn't you want to talk to the girl? Like, I don't understand. Like, you guys clearly have things you want to say. You good there?
Yeah.
You guys clearly have things you want to say to each other. And no, they're staring at each other. And then fighting. Yeah. And then staring some more. I'm over it because I feel like we did that in the first part so much. And I was annoyed with that too. Even though this is like we're coming into the new season. And you guys are just doing the same thing now again in part 2. I'm tired of it. And then Daniel and his Mr. Miyagi headband, oh my God, I need to know everything about Mr. Miyagi and his past. It's killing me. I can't sleep. I can't focus on my kids. I can't focus on my wife, on my students. I'm like... This is tired too. Yeah. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I don't know what they're trying to do with the Miyagi subplot because I don't feel like this adds much to what's going on with the current story right now. I get that Daniel LaRusso sees him as like a father figure, and it's soul crushing to find out something dark and horrendous about your parental figure. But I feel like that's a subplot that could have been brought up much earlier in the series, maybe at the midpoint.
Yeah.
For like a final season where there's already so much going on with the world tournament, it just feels so out of place, and it honestly isn't entertaining at all. And then it doesn't help that we see a CGI'd old Miyagi just looking like horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no interest in this evil murderous Miyagi subplot. I don't know, save it for like a video game or something that could be extra bonus content.
I'm good with anything with this. I mean, yeah, I feel like you mentioned like some sort of spin-off series on it would be cool if they did it right, and if it was like a one season,
just not undercut the story that's you're trying to do in this one, whatever this story is. But
because they have Daniel get like kidnapped, put in a dog cage, and we had to worry about that on the side. And I was just like...
I felt like I was watching Taken. I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, I didn't care. And I was just like annoyed. I'm like, you're really so obsessed that you're going to abandon your students for whatever this turns out to be. Like, it's so stupid. I mean, I guess they needed to do that so that way we could find out that Kreese set this up. Comes to find out it's actually, Terry? That sets it up or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, great, Terry's back, all these criminals are back. And it's just like, how? Because I want to know how Kreese got to Spain when he escaped prison. And
the power of script writing.
No, the power of script writing. No, I refuse. I'm like, what is he doing here? And then they were just like, oh yeah, they're lax about the rules of the Sekai Taikai. And I'm just like, that's cool for them, but how did he get to Spain? How?
I don't really care at this point. I just want a good story, and I'm not getting it this season. Yeah. And it doesn't help that Netflix is doing this stupid 3-part thing split across months. Because then it just makes the viewing experience really choppy and jarred, and I can't properly enjoy a show when
Do you think they expect us to really go back and rewatch? Because
they expect us to, but we never do that.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know how you can't possibly. So I don't know why we're splitting things into parts. I don't get it. I really just don't get this 3-part thing. I don't get why they're recycling the parts and just tweaking them.
It's such a disruptive model. It doesn't make for a good viewing experience. Just dump it all at once like you always do.
Or weekly. Yes, or do the weekly thing.
But they're too stubborn to commit to that now. And I don't know. It's already a bad season to begin with. I just want to blast through this bad season and just view it like a normal experience, because I'm hating the viewing experience even more just because of this delay that's happening.
Yeah.
It's like you're not hiding any super extremely, I don't know, convoluted plots or like plot reveals by doing this shit.
They usually stop in a bad place too, like some of these shows when they do their parts.
Speaking of stopping in a bad place, let's just talk about the ending, because I really don't have much to say about this season so far. Like,
I blanked. I was like, what happened?
Yeah. So we get a death in Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
We get
Sam finally dies, guys.
What is your obsession with her dying? Like,
nah, because Tori was about to whoop that ass till death. That's what she was gonna do in part 1. I was concerned for Sam.
So Sam didn't die.
Okay.
It was Quan, with that little shit Quan from
no
Cobra
one
Kai.
cares about.
That no one cares about or knows. Like, he's just been a menace the entire season so far. We get no backstory as to why he is the way that he is. No sympathy for him. And he ends up getting offed by his own self. When he picks up Kreese's blade that gets dropped in the middle of this just skirmish that happens, where just everybody's rioting and fighting each other. He just tries to go after Axel with a kick and somehow just ends up stabbing himself like an idiot.
It was so stupid. It
was really bizarre to watch. I ended up laughing really hard, and I know that wasn't the intended reaction.
Wasn't the intended at all.
But it was comedic to me, because I'm like, why is this happening? And also,
stupid.
Fuck you.
It was really just dumb. I'm like, why'd you pick up the knife just to throw a kick, and then you knew you were gonna fall on either your back or your stomach, and you have a knife? Like, it really just didn't make any sense to me. And I don't know, the whole fight didn't make any sense to me at all, actually, because Cobra Kai earlier got eliminated, and then they were going to go back home, and I'm thinking to myself, how are they going back home when the show's called Cobra Kai? And you know, then the Russian team was doing drugs or whatever, and the Russian team, they got disqualified, and I don't know, for some reason they didn't pack up their shit and go back to Russia. They stayed just so they could punch one of the judges and just start a riot. And all the dojos were fighting. And I just wanted to know why. Like, I get you guys are competing against each other, but why all this fighting? I don't know if you were supposed to just have the chaos for us, and it took too long. It was happening. They dragged out like that. It
felt like 10 minutes of this. It's because they have no story going on. It's just stuff happening.
They really don't. And then we see Kreese. Okay, I'm like, okay, we focus on Kreese. What's he doing? Because clearly he wanted to kill Terry earlier, and I was just like, you really just, I mean, you're a criminal anyway, so I guess it makes sense. And then, you know, I thought Johnny was gonna die or get like really like badly injured at one point. That doesn't happen. I'm keeping an eye out for that. And then I'm like, what's going to happen with Tori? Because I see Robbie's there defending her. And then next thing you know, Sam's new boyfriend, Axel, he's trying to protect her. And I just like, it's too much. And I'm like, is this going to lead to anything?
Yeah.
The only thing it leads to is Quan dying. I'm just like, I guess I don't care about him. I would have cared if like Axel got like stabbed or killed or whatever because of Quan. But then I feel like, I don't know, do they not want to worry about having to like arrest a student and all that stuff? Maybe we just kill the student instead.
That's like way worse.
It's cleaner that way. He did it himself. Like, there's no real investigation. But it was stupid.
It was a really bizarre narrative choice, because I think they're trying to bring home the fact that, oh, having a grudge is wrong and people need to stop fighting each other to the death or whatever. And I'm just like,
well, no one killed him, so
I just feel like whatever it is they're trying to do, they could have done it way better than killing off a character that I feel like a lot of people won't really care about. I can't imagine most people watching this show who love this show really like Quan, unless they themselves are a sociopath.
I'm gonna check on hashtag Quan to see if that's like a thing. I don't know.
Like, it would make more sense if there was severe consequences with like a beloved character.
Yeah.
Like Tori, Sam, Miguel, Robbie, somebody. But Quan, offing off Quan was a really weird random choice.
I know. I'm like, let's bring back the Miguel days when, you know, people broke their backs and were in comas. Like, we could, like, no, honestly, that would have been higher stakes if we did something like that with one of the characters that we actually care about. Could have been any of the group that's in Miyagi-Do. That would have been fine. Or it could have been like something happened to Tori or whatever, because like we've been with her for a minute too, and she just had like this major thing happen. But you give us an asshole character who just never stops being a jerk from the moment we see him to his death. We don't care. And I honestly, I'm not caring what lesson this is supposed to teach us as well too, especially because you ended it right there. So everyone just ended it looking at Quan. They're like, oh, look at all that blood.
Yeah. And I can't imagine what the next 5 episodes are going to lead to just wrap this whole series up. I just feel like there's way more going on now. Like, do you continue the Sekai Taikai after this? Do you just go home?
Mm-hmm. Just push him off to the side.
Because in real life, the event would just get canceled. There's a death, like, on the scene.
Would it? Like, if there was a death at the Olympics, they gonna still do the Olympics.
I think they would at least stop for the day and then pick it up again the next day.
See, that's what they're gonna do. Time skip to the next day, Alvin.
I don't know. It would be really weird if they continue, but I think they are going to continue because that's like kind of the main plot of the show.
We need to know who's at the top.
I don't care who's at the top. What do you gain from this? Like maybe some money? Am I supposed to care about Quan? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying even if this didn't happen, I don't care about the Sekai Taikai. Like, what do you gain from this besides maybe some money and shit? Like, okay, respect for Miyagi-Do. I'm just like, this doesn't feel like season finale material. The story's just going all over the place. They're fabricating conflicts out of nowhere just for them to be resolved, and then sometimes pick back up again and then get resolved again.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. It's a really just a bad fall off for this series, and I love this show so much. Like, I'm coming off as a hater, but I'm hating it because I love Cobra Kai so much.
Yeah.
And I know that they've done way better before with previous seasons.
I mean, the show is it's silly. It's like, for me, it's like watching Degrassi with karate. You know, it's got all the drama, and then we got karate, and it's cool.
Degrassi is actually better with their writing. Like, they're cheesy and hammy, but they tackle some serious issues. The writing could be so much better for a season finale. Like, we're about to end one of the most entertaining shows I've seen in a long time. I just feel like it's disappointing that we're ending on like this weird wet fart of like a tournament that nobody really cares about.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. And I'm struggling to find things to talk about with this one because it really not much happened with these 5 episodes.
Yeah, that's what I said. They just repeated what they did in the first 5 parts in
just
part
at
1.
A tournament.
Yeah, just at the tournament now. Yeah, I really don't feel like there's like much to talk about.
Thanks, Netflix, for the 5-episode piecemealing. Like,
yeah, it's the same thing. The only thing is they brought Terry Silver back, which I'm just like, I guess, super convoluted. Where just how that whole thing worked, and we figured out he was back. That's stupid. Kreese should be in jail, not on a plane to Spain. Chosen crying over some ex and flowers and then hooking up with Kim or whatever.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, I was just like, that was funny, but I was just like, whatever. I feel like they were also just trying to like fill in some space, like fill in the gaps and stuff. Yeah, the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. Like, everyone's still fighting. Like, that, I feel like we should have just like jumped on here and be like, everyone's still fighting, and Quan died, and that's it. That's literally that's what happened.
Oh my God.
I am disappointed, but I was more entertained, maybe because we got more fights.
And there were some highlights, like Miguel taking on the 2 Irish fighters all on his own, proving that he's fucking Captain Material.
It's Gold Blue Beetle.
Exactly.
That's right.
There were standout moments, but for the most part, the tournament's boring. The story's all over the place. A lot of the characters are being stupid for no reason. And we're just drudging up just same old subplots with these adults having beef with each other. I'm like, just some of you got to go to jail. Some of you got to go to therapy. That's how this got to end.
Everybody needs it. Like, I have no idea how this is supposed to end. Like, I mean, obviously we don't, but like sometimes you can see where things are going.
I guess Miyagi-Do will win the tournament, which yay, but that's like predictable.
Do you think they're gonna like? No, they can't team up because I don't know. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think is going to happen? Someone tell me. Like, I just want to latch onto that and then be disappointed even more than I already am. I don't know. I'm really disappointed.
Yeah.
With how this season's going anyway. And I know I was just like, this looks stupid. Why are you watching this? And then I saw Miguel break his back and I was excited. And I jumped on board and I was just like, this is fun to watch. And then now we're here and I'm just like, I guess we shouldn't be surprised. A lot of shows
they have a hard time
poorly.
ending.
They have a hard time like writing that like And
That's true.
You know? So I feel like maybe we shouldn't be surprised, but the disappointment I feel in my heart.
Yeah.
It's no different.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that this is like complete dog shit. Like, if I'm giving this like a rating for these next 5 episodes, again, I think I'm going with a salty spud like we did last time.
Oh, you did last time. I said it was a rotten potato.
Oh, that's right.
Last time at the beginning of the episode, at the beginning of talking about it, because it was. I give it a salty spud too this time, just because I laughed a little bit more.
Yeah. So that's 2 salty spuds from us for these last 5 episodes, and we'll see what the next 5 episodes will be, but I highly doubt that they can turn it around so drastically in 5 more episodes.
They're going to do it because writing,
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm pulling for something, anything, just a little bump. Just get me to baked potato, something. But yeah, those are all our thoughts on Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 2, and then we'll be back for Season 6, Part 3. Let us know all your thoughts in the comments below, guys. We love to hear your thoughts. We love hearing all kinds of perspective from you guys. And I don't know, tell us if we're missing anything here. Tell us maybe that we're wrong about certain things. Maybe we're missing something that we should be appreciating more. I don't know. I'm struggling here.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling.
I'll listen to anybody. Like, can convince us that there's something more.
Yeah, and I'll rewatch it and see if I missed anything.
I'm not doing that.
And if you like this video, guys, make sure to give it a like. Make sure to subscribe, pretty please. Hit notification bells. And make sure to share this with your friends, your mom, your aunties, your arch nemesis, your senseis, your criminal masterminds.
Your dead Kwans.
Well, we'd really appreciate that. And thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.